F.U.N Convention TV and Florida United Numismatists welcome you to a glimpse of the Summer Fun Show in Orlando, Florida. Join us as we discover all that the Fun Show has to offer in this episode of Coin Tales from the Bourse Floor, featuring Dr. Bill Weikel of Patriot Rare Coins. F.U.N Convention TV welcomes Dr. Bill Weikel of Patriot Rare Coins to the Fun Show. Bill, you have a lot of really nice coins here. Tell us about some of your favorites.
Well, my favorites are tough. I love all of them. I've been in business, I guess, 25 years now, but I've been a collector for, I guess, 55 years, maybe 56 years. So I have a lot of favorites. The most favorites that I have here with me is a project I just completed, and that's right down here. That's an 1873 closed 3 proof set. It took me about 4 years to put that set together. It goes from the cent through the dollar. And it has a couple of really rare coins in there, including the 2-cent piece and the 3-cent silver. They're both tough coins and expensive coins. And then I almost gave up. I didn't think I was going to find the dollar at an affordable price that I could put it in the set. So that's certainly, I guess that's my current favorite, and it'll probably sell at this show. I also have, I started out collecting Indian hit cents, and I have maybe 20 1877 Indians, and that's the key to the series. But I have one in Mint State 65 red brown, which generally speaking, for most advanced collectors, I think it'd be fair to say they'd give an arm or a leg to have it. This coin it sells for well over $11,000. I have one of those with me. And then I have a unique pattern coin that most Indian cent collectors would die to own. That's the 1856 Flying Eagle. I think it's fair to say that most coins wouldn't be in my case if I didn't love them, because I buy what I like. But I think I have a pretty neat variety, and the Fun Show is certainly the place to sell them.
I noticed that you have a lot of paper money. Some unique bills are in your cases. Can you show us some of these bills?
Yeah, my paper money is a little different. If you walk the Bourse Floor, you'll see lots and lots of people selling U.S. issue paper money, national notes, things like that, large size U.S. currency. I specialize in 2 areas that not a whole lot of dealers do. I do obsolete currency that was primarily around, I mean there's some earlier, but the heyday was from the 1830s to right after the Civil War, and colonial currency. The obsolete currency is currency that was issued by a variety of issuers, like states issued it, banks issued it. As a matter of fact, when I was new in this business, we used to call them broken banknotes, but it's not really true, because in addition to banks and states, you had businesses, communities. Some of it was issued by railroads, for example, and that is a whole neat, fascinating area of numismatics that I think still has a really good value. And I pulled out a couple that not necessarily my most expensive, but ones that I really like. The first one I'm going to show you, since we're here in Florida, that's the Bank of Fernandina here in Florida, and Florida currency tends to be rather expensive. This is one of the tougher notes, and it took me probably about 2 years to get one of these for inventory where I could sell it to a collector at a pretty fair price, and that's the Bank of Fernandina in Florida. Another one I have is one that's really popular because it's a crossover note. Coin collectors like this too. This is Jamaica Bank of Vermont, and the reason the coin collectors like it, this happens to be the $5 note. First of all, it's in really great condition. It's graded Mint State 67. The EPQ means exceptional paper quality. But on this $5 note, the vignette or the picture has the little cherubs, and it has 5 $1 gold coins. So it's not a bit unusual to see a coin collector will see a note like this and want to add it to his or her collection, and that's pretty cool. I like horses on notes. I have several. I have this exact same vignette, because a lot of these were printed, for example, by the American Banknote Company. You'll see this vignette, the horse is running, on several. For example, this is the Bank of Linden, Vermont, but I have the same or very similar vignette from Bucksport, New Jersey, for example. This is my personal favorite. I just picked this up at the Fun Show in January. This is from the People's National Bank of Helena, Montana, and the vignette, and I don't know how good it will show up on camera, is from a painting that hangs at the Museum of Modern Art in New York City called the Horse Fair. and it's just an absolutely awesome note. I chased this note for a couple of years till I could find one that met my standards and was affordable. And this is pretty rare, and it's graded 65 EPQ. I know of one finer than it. In the Heritage auction last year, I think it was, I think they sold a 66. But this has to be one of the top few of that population. The other thing I'm into, and if you're a history buff, this becomes addicting, I'm into colonial currency. And this is the money, more or less like promissory notes, issued by the Continental Congress and then by the 13 original colonies. I think it's the greatest value right now in numismatics. I mean, I sell some really high-grade colonial notes. This note, for example, and this certainly isn't cheap. This is probably my most expensive note. But first of all, it's Massachusetts colonial currency from 1778. So it's post-Declaration of Independence. The thing that makes this note neat is, number one, it's graded 65 PPQ, premium quality note. The front of this note, it's a little codfish, was designed by Paul Revere. It was printed by Paul Revere. I mean, every time I look at it, I love the note. And on the back, you have the pine tree, and it's just another awesome note. And I don't have all 13 colonies because right now I'm still looking for a nice New Hampshire note. So if anybody out there wants to make some money, they could sell me a nice New Hampshire note. But the colonial currency and the obsolete currency, I think the reason it's gaining popularity, it's still affordable. If I had a 200-year-old coin graded MS, and I have a few, but graded MS-65 or MS-67, we're talking many, many thousands of dollars, and in some cases over $10,000. However, you can buy the note, maybe graded MS-65 or 6 or 7, in many cases for under $3,000. So I just think it's a great area that the collectors are finally starting to catch on to, and I would highly recommend people to, as they say, buy the book and get into it. The Early American Paper Money book by Newman, you can find it at your local coin shop, or the booksellers at these shows sell them. Dave Bowers has a book on obsolete currency, and there are a couple other reference books. Hugh Schull has co-authored one. Buy the book and then get out and start buying the currency and the coins.
Well, I learned a lot from speaking with you today, and I want to thank you very much for your time. Thank you for taking your time out to speak with F.U.N Convention TV, and we hope you have a fabulous show.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks a lot.
Fun Facts Fast. You've been watching F.U.N Convention TV. Visit F.U.N Forums for fun show updates, videos, articles, photos, and more. F.U.N Forums, it just makes sense. This video is the property of F.U.N, Florida United Numismatist. Re-editing or use without prior consent is strictly prohibited.